You see what it did? You see what it is? I told you I'll follow your request. You just had to ask for a request. And my man Young Doug requested me to do one of these about strange creatures. So thank you, Young Doug. And this is my specialty. You know, this is my specialty. I know even since I was a kid, I could tell you like stories that I was read about strange creatures like Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, New Jersey Devil, the Dog Man, and see who else we got. Of course, the Lizard Man. So I'm about to tell you this and wrestling my specialties. I could talk about wrestling and strange creatures off the dome, and strange creatures right off the dome like that, and video games too. So here we go about South Carolina's own, the Lizard Man. In my scary creeptopia kind of voice. In the folklore of Lee County, South Carolina, the Lizard Man, escapee Oris Swamp, also known as the Lizard Man of Lee County, is an entity said to inhabit the swampland of the region. In the folklore of Lee County, South Carolina, the Lizard Man, escapee Oris Swamp, also known as the Lizard Man of Lee County, is an entity said to inherit the swampland of the region. First mentioned in the late 1980s, the purported sightings and damage attributed to the creature yielded a significant amount of newspapers, radio, and television publicity. Professor of Religious Studies Joseph P. Laycock desc- described the media frenzy and subsequently cult appreciation for this and other similar claims as following a predictable chain of events. A strange sighting, media attention, more sightings, followed by visits from curious tourists and monster hunters. Researchers Ben Redford states that this is a compelling story about several important aspects which under skeptical scrutiny. The history. On July 14th, 1988, in Lee County, sheriff's officer investigated. What up? What up? Telling y'all a story about the South Carolina folklore, the Lizard Man. I remember this story ever since I was a kid in the 1990s. But on July 14th, 1988, the Lee County Sheriff Officer investigated reported a car damaged overnight while parked at the home in the arena of Browntown outside Bissville, South Carolina. On the edges of Escape's Ori Swamp, the car reportedly had tooth marks and scratches with hairy and muddy footprints left behind. Sheriff Listen Truesdale noted this was the start of a various claims that eventually coalesced into a story about the lizard man in the swamp, promoted by the news of the vehicle. 17-year-old local Christopher Davis reported to the sheriff that, that his car was damaged by a creature he described as green, wet like about 7 feet tall, 2.1 meters tall, and had 3 fingers, red eyes, skin like a lizard, snake like scales. 2 weeks prior, according to Davis, he was driving home from working the night shift at a fast food restaurant. When his car got a flat tire, after fixing it, he saw a creature walking towards him. Davis got in his car and began to drive, but the creature was soon on the top of the car. He applied his brakes, causing the creature to roll off the car, giving Davis enough time to escape coverage by newspapers and media resulted in increased attention for the claims. Local businesses began selling Lizardman t-shirts, and local chamber of commerce encouraged the media attention as good for the community. The increases in newspaper and media publicity promoted further reports of sightings, and the area soon became a tourist attraction for visitors and hunters. Local radio station WCOS offered a $1 million reward to anybody who could capture the creature alive. On August 5th, Kenneth Orr, an airman stationed in Shaw Air Force Base, filed a police report alleged that he had encountered the lizard man on Highway 15 and he had shot and wounded it. He presented several scales and a small quantity of blood as evidence. Ora recanted this account 2 days later. Okay. Later, when he was arraigned for lawfully carrying a pistol in the misdemeanor offense of filing a false police report, according to Orr, he had hoaxed the sighting in order to keep stories about the lizard man in circulation. Reports of a creature gradually declined at the end of the summer. Local law enforcement officials speculated that the sightings were likely to have been caused by a bear. Oh, better get mystical. You know what mystical say? If you seen the woods fighting the bear, someone help the bear. But in 2008, CNN mentioned the lizard man legend in a story about a couple in Bishopville who reported damage to their vehicle, including blood traces. The blood traces were subsequently found to be from a domestic dog, due to local sheriff suggested it might have been a coyote or a wolf. I mean, a coyote or wolf. Coyote coyote or a wolf. In 2015, here we go. In local television station WCIV, I know Misko should know not to say that. Now you got everyone saying it, but I'm glad Misko did that. At least it's better than other catchphrases. So I like when people add new stuff in. But featured photos and videos claimed to be Lizard Man, allegedly taken by unidentified individuals in August 2017. The South Carolina Emergency Management Division sent a humorous tweet regarding possible paranormal activity during a solar eclipse that passes over the area, hinting that people of Lee and Sumter counties should remain vigilant for sightings of the Lizard Man. Criticism. Dun dun dun. Skeptical investigators Ben Radford states that the details of Chris Davis' story do not hold up under scrutiny. Sheriff Truesdale stated that Davis' story never wavered, but Radford writes that isn't true. Over weeks and months and repeated tellings, the details changed many times, from having scales to the creature being packed with mud. How far away Davis was from the creature when he first saw it, and whether or not it attacked the car. Redford questioned how Davis was able to see details of the lizard man creature at 2 a.m. when there was no lightning nearby in a heavily wooded area, when the moon was not bright. It was If this was an aggressive creature, why were there no other credible sightings? According to Redford, the timing of Davis' story didn't make sense. If Davis saw the creature in the shadows while he was closing the trunk of his car, Davis still had to get back in the car and take off. Yet, Davis claims that the creature was so fast that it caught up to the car when he was doing 40 miles per hour, 6 km an hour. Reports varied with the source that Davis told the police about the attack or two more. Man, who this creature is? Usain Bolt? After investigating, Radford states that the polygraph test administered Davis may have been a publicity stunt by Southern Marketing Inc., a company arranging personal appearances for Davis. Another curious issue was that there are no photographs of the damage to Davis' car, which provides some evidence that something happened. Newspaper accounts give various descriptions of the damage to the car, and in the local newspaper, Davis is quoted as saying he escaped with no more than a scratch on his fender. Radford states that Davis reported it quite literally a credible riddle with both massive places and plausibilities and impossibilities. It may be sincere or it may be a hoax, but in either event, no hard evidence of the creature has been found. See, the media. In 2010, the TV program Destiny's Truth. Yeah, boy, that's my channel, Destiny's Truth. I roll with that channel ever since I was a teenager. Well, early 20s, whenever it came out. But I know I roll with the channel. It featured, oh yeah, in 2010, the TV program Destiny's Truth featured the legendary creature. Children's books such as Maniacal Monsters and Bizarre Beasts included the monster in the bestiaries. And Linda Godfrey's American Monsters includes a chapter on the Lizard Man. The Lizard Man has also appeared on the sci-fi show Fact or Fake in the episode titled Reptile Rampage. The original contemporaneous com- contemporaneous story ran in more than 100 newspapers across the country. And that's the story of South Carolina lizard man. You know, I say that with show you I'm living proof black people ain't bound to certain stories. I can tell you folklores like this, you know. But yeah, I had to do this from young Doug, you know. Like I said, this is my specialty. I could talk about strange creatures all day. They gave me an idea. I'm gonna have to do something since we are Black History Month. I'm gonna have to do some African folklore. If I don't do it Black History Month, you best believe it's coming soon. I still got don't worry, I still got my content for Black History Month, you know. But yeah, I had to do this, you know, beautiful question, man. You know, I aim to please. And thank you and Doug for giving the idea to do this. Thank you and Doug for giving the idea to do this. You know, peace and blessings. Thank you, Sheed. We here. Appreciate you, brother. And yes, we will help the bear.